You can hear me, Raya, or still no sound? Still no sound? All right. Let me see. All right. Thank you, Raya. See? Thank you, Raya. We want to get into this real quick. Tara, what's up? Hello, y'all. I'm waiting for the chef himself to get in here. Youngin, what's up? Okay, there you go. I had to put on the chef coat for this episode. Mm-hmm. We got the chef coats too. Jazz, what's up? Shout out to everybody. Ain't nothing. I'm waiting for Chef John to join right now, young. I just sent him an invite. I'm just waiting for Chef John to get in here. I had to make sure y'all can hear me. Riot, make sure. Oh, where you at? I just sent him an invite. I don't even want to read. Oh, there you go. Accept my request, John. Shout out to Bel Air. What's up?
Yo, what's up?
Welcome to the show, Chef, Executive Chef John.
Thank you for having me, brother.
Um,
Yeah, I see you already got the chef outfit on. Okay.
yeah. You know, I had to put the chef coat on. This is like a fake interview for me. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking to a young legend, so I definitely had to, put on my proper attire for this one.
I'm off today, so I was like, let me just chill a little bit with the black tea.
Okay. See, I ain't know. I thought you was gonna come in with your whole outfit, knife, kit, everything. So I'm like, let me be ready. First and foremost, I wanna thank you so much for taking the time out to kick it with me on this Saturday. Most importantly, you are the first guest that I didn't reach out to. You reached out to me, and that's what makes this even more special. You understand what I'm saying? So that means you wanted to be a part of it. You wanted to sit down and you wanted to talk. So I'm greatly appreciative of that. Shout out to my mom. She just joined. So I'm going to just dive into it. You see your photo back there.
Yeah.
For people that don't know, my man gets busy. That's what he looked like in uniform. You know what I'm saying? So usually I start my show off and I ask everybody what's their top 5 artists. But being that you are the first chef I had on the show, I'm going to switch it up. And I want to know, who are your top 5 chefs that inspired you?
Ooh, you see, top 5 chefs for me is like top 5 NBA players. They go, the order is like.
Yeah. It don't have to be no order.
It's all over the place. But I actually got 6, so I'm gonna squeeze one in there because I go hand in hand.
I respect that.
But I gotta put in there number 5. I'm gonna start with 5. I'm gonna start with 6.
Okay.
I gotta put Bobby Flay.
Bobby Flay.
The man battles everybody. He's not afraid to lose. He's not afraid to, he's not afraid to go toe to toe with the best. And he has won a lot of battles, and I respect what he does, his craft and everything. He got amazing restaurants as well. Also, number 5 for me, there's certain chefs that people might not know about, but
That's good. They could go do their research.
Go check out this chef. His name is Grant Atkins. It's if you ever go to Netflix and go to the episode The Chef Table.
Okay, yeah.
He's in there. He has an amazing story. The guy, caught cancer in his tongue and he couldn't taste, so he had to adapt that way. He fought it.
Wow.
His taste buds back, but he has an amazing story of that journey. And number 4, I got Michael Simon. He's in Food Network. He's a cool dude. Got bald head. He's bald headed like me. He's been through a lot of Food Network episodes. And number 3, I got Mario Batali.
Mario Batali.
Yeah, one of the top Italian chefs out there. So I've been watching him since I was a kid. I remember when Food Network started and their camera quality was trash. And, that's how long ago I was talking about, probably 23 years ago,
Chill. Don't tell your age. Don't tell your age, boy.
Facts. And number 1 and number 2, I go hand in hand. I go Marco White. That's basically Gordon Ramsay's mentor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Ramsay's and if anybody know Gordon Ramsay, then his mentor had to be somebody.
Yes. And I gotta put Gordon Ramsay in that list because he's just a legend. I see Gordon Ramsay like the Jay-Z of this whole, this whole chef industry. He's just the one that kind of, put everyone in the map, of this culinary world.
Okay.
I don't just watch him because he has a short temper or anything. I really respect. He knows how to really cook. He knows how to manage a business. And I feel like as a chef, you have to know all aspects, not just know how to cook. You got to know how to run a business. You got to know about numbers, because if you don't know those things, then your kitchen is going to sink and then your business is going to go down. So it's more to this than cooking.
Absolutely. So
that's my 5, my 6.
If Ramsay and Bobby Flay had a cook-off, who do you think would win?
Oh man, that's like Jay-Z and Nas, right there. Like
or Drake and Kanye.
Everybody knows that Nas had kind of, the best track.
Yeah, absolutely.
But in the long run, who had a better career? Jay-Z did. Okay. So that's how I see it. I feel like if they go to battle, since Bobby Flay's been in that, I never really see Gordon Ramsay actually, been in competitions before. But I have seen Gordon Ramsay throughout his career had a better career than Bobby Flay, to my eyes. But I feel that battle situation will happen. I think Bobby Flay might have an upper edge because he's been through war.
So he understands the pressure and everything like that.
Yeah, he understands the concept of, he's lost before in front of people. And he has won big in Iron Chef as well. So he knows, I never seen Gordon Ramsay in an Iron Chef competition or, and Chop. I mean, Bobby Flay is fearless. He goes, he just battle anybody. He don't care.
Yeah, I didn't see Bobby Flay lose to no name and take it on the hop. So you right about that. All right, so that leads me to my next question. Because my experience, a lot of kitchens I worked in, a lot of chefs started young and been in the same kitchen, or they just started young and then developed to different kitchens and stuff. So how old was you when you got into the kitchen, and what was they paying you?
Ooh.
We ain't gonna ask about your salary now. What was they paying you back then, though?
Well, long story short, I actually started in this business in the front of the house.
Yeah, I never knew that.
Yeah, just to touch up on things, you know, to get a little personal, you know, just want everybody to know, you know, a little bit of my story. So when I started as a busboy in Applebee's.
Okay.
I was
Yo,
cleaning.
if you would have told me that story when we worked together, you know you couldn't have told me that when we worked together.
I don't know, I had to keep that on the low.
That wasn't even on that application.
Nah, it wasn't. I mean, we talking about, again, like, what was it, like 20 years ago? I was cleaning tables, mopping floors in the bathroom. You know, I was washing dishes when the dishwasher called out. So at that time, when I started in the restaurant business, you know, I was making like $3 an hour. And then when I came to actually work in the kitchen as a prep cook, I was making like $8.50, you know, and it was a hard time for me because, you know, I was a young father. So I had to, you know, work and go to school at the same time. And, you know, as being that young, 16, 17, and having kids and, you know, trying to manage to go to school, work, and be a father as well. It was a difficult task, but it all paid off, you know?
Nah, I mean, shit, at 8:50 and then, you know, kitchen hours is long hours. I mean, your check wasn't nothing. Then you probably taking bus, you probably didn't have a car. So I definitely respect your grind. And now that gives me a better understanding why you was the way you was when you ran the kitchen. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, listen, I really grinded to get here. Like, they didn't just put me here.
Nah, like I learned all the aspects, you know, of just like the front, the back, and you know, that's why to this day, um, I love the restaurant business. I feel like, you know, it's you know, for me at the time, I felt like I had no hope, and I felt like the only hope I have is learning this business and learning how to be successful. But I was so young at the time. I wasn't taking it too serious because I was
Mm-hmm.
really young. I was just wanted to get paid, spend it on clothes or whatever. I didn't know how to manage my money right, you know, and it took older people in the restaurant business to mentor me and teach me and show me the ropes of how to make money in this business.
Okay.
So, you know, you got to listen to people, you know, sometimes people who actually have the experience. And, you know, the younger crowd nowadays, you know, some of them are just have too much pride, and it's okay to let that down and just listen to the old heads sometimes.
Way too much pride. Way too much pride. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Not even to get off course though. Even when we first started working, it used to be little things you used to tell me, and I'd be like, man, how the fuck this motherfucker talking to me? Like, he not even on my side of the kitchen. Like, why he over here? Like, but I always was watching you because I seen how you move. You had this, you know what I'm saying? Even though you was that guy, you still had the way you carried yourself would make a person want to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely give you that. Okay. So being that this is the Kicket podcast and I'm in love with sneakers and being in the kitchen, you have to wear 9 slips. For people that don't know, you have to wear 9 slips in the kitchen. You know, everybody walking around in Crocs now. But if you could turn one of your favorite pair of sneakers into a non-slip shoe to wear in the kitchen, what would it be?
Wow. You see, listen, I'm
Even
very,
if it's some hard bottoms, because I know
no,
you're a fly linen type of guy. So if you want to put some hard bottom non-slips, that's your choice.
yeah, you know what it is? I'm very basic, you know what I'm saying? But like basic, but also, you know, I could swag it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So with me is like, for example, I know everybody loves Jordans. I like Jordans, but if it doesn't look right on my feet, I'm not gonna buy them just because they're Jordans. It has to look right on my feet. So I go with the Reeboks or New Balance because those
Okay.
are perfect and they come.
Okay. I respect that. And they comfortable.
Yeah, and they comfortable, but don't sleep on Reeboks and New Balance. They got some hot stuff out there.
Nah. New Balance is definitely doing their thing. New Balance did something I don't even know if a lot of people know though, but during the pandemic, when the pandemic first happened, New Balance took all they scrap sneakers and made masks out of them and donated them all around the world. So
Yeah.
definitely shout out to New Balance.
I'll definitely go with New Balance for non-slips, and I
Okay.
think they do have them too out there. Yeah.
All right. If you could open your own restaurant, what would the name be, and what would you specialize in?
All right. If I were to open, well, the name, I'm gonna keep that confidential because
Okay.
it's on the works, and I'm gonna tell you.
I respect that.
I'm gonna tell you a quick story why, and it's because I've been in situations where I gave ideas to people, and I gave names, for example, and a month later I saw that they kind of took my idea.
So I totally respect.
You get what I'm trying to say? They kind
yeah.
of like, and sometimes in life you can't share your
can't block your blessings.
You can't share it because people, they're gonna soak it in, and they take your ideas, and you never know, they might have the funds to create the idea that you always wanted. So sometimes it's better off to just stay quiet.
Right. So
but I will let you know what I would specialize in. Definitely, I'm American cuisine chef. I take American food. And what I mean by that, the Italian food that we cook is not from Italy. It's Italian American. So that's what I mean when I'm an American cuisine chef. So definitely my strongest point, is the Italian cuisine. And also, other American cuisine foods as well. So, I specialize in, pasta and steak. Those are my strong points. Homemade pasta, butchering meats, making these beautiful cuts to grill on the steak, and just to make great sauce with them.
Yo, listen, speaking of pastas, this is not even in the questions. I'm just gonna get off topic real quick. We spoke about it the other day. I sent you a picture.
Yes, you did.
I sent you a picture, and I'm like, you remember this? And you wrote back. You was like, it took a while for you to remember it. But I still had the picture. The picture is from September 7th, 2017. You had a cook-off inside the restaurant where we was working at, and one of your line cooks called you out, and you was like, yeah, you was so calm and nonchalant. And I ain't gonna lie, I wanted you to lose. And I'm like, this cocky motherfucker, I need him to lose. And you was like, yo, I'm gonna let you do whatever you need. All I need is 15 minutes. And I'm like, 15 minutes? What the hell are you gonna do in 15 minutes?
You gotta understand, I ain't gonna lie, that time in my life in iPick, I was very cocky. Because I just broke out of my shell.
Nah, listen, your man,
I was very...
You had your man on my side sweating. He trying to cook lamb chops. He trying to make homemade salsa. He trying to make all type of shit, right? Chef John on the other side, mad calm, springing his little pasta. Boom, boom, boom. He come over there with the breadsticks. They put them on the table. And the dish looked so simple, but it was full of mad flavor. Yo, Nick, you remember that, Nick? Shout out to your brother, Nick. You remember that, Nick? Nick used to walk around with a black book with all the sauces. Nick got a black book with all the sauces. I'm still trying to buy off him right now. I don't even think he cooked no more. But you took 15 minutes and made a simple dish, and you really like, you outdid him. Like, no hesitation. I remember even after it was over, I'm still eating the pasta. I'm gonna post the picture after the podcast, but definitely shout out to you. So his pasta game is definitely official. People tap into him. Check his page out. He got all type of things going on.
And you know what? Hold on. You know what? And that was my brother. He knows me. That was normal. Like, I usually, call out cooks, or cooks always call out me. They're like,
hold on. Look at Marcus. Marcus said you done fired everybody on your side. Look, you done got rid of everybody.
Yeah. You know who they had to call when they needed to fire somebody, right?
Yeah, nah, for real. You was
Who
definitely,
they had to
yo,
call?
look, John used to walk in the kitchen like, yeah, yo, John, what's going on? I'm about to get rid of somebody. All right, hold on. We running behind John to see this. Because it's going to be a movie. No hesitation. No, yo, go home. You got to go. Yeah, take the coat off right now. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was reckless, man. I was reckless in I pick, man. It was just something like, when you basically a sous chef, you get to for me, I feel like a sous chef position is the most important position. It's even more important than an executive.
Yeah, because the executive really do the computer
why.
work.
Because number one, you do all the work, and number two, you gotta earn respect because they see the executive, he comes in, chill, he's automatic respected because he's an executive. But when you a sous chef, everybody sees you like, okay, you just wanted me, but so you gotta prove why you a sous chef and why you're a cook.
This is very true. I went through that situation, so I definitely understand.
A lot. They test you.
Yeah.
You want to know what you're about. So I think being a sous chef, you gotta have thick skin, you gotta have a lot of composure, you gotta be very knowledgeable, you gotta be quick, and you have to be the best cook in that kitchen. If you're the sous chef, I mean, you gotta be
better than the executive, honestly.
You have to 100% be better than the executive. You gotta be the man. You gotta make your mark, because there is nothing, and I've met in my time a trash ass sous chef. There's nothing worse than a sous chef that has a title and he's trash.
Yeah, we had a couple. I ran across a couple of those.
Like, yo.
Yeah. So, my next question is, for people that don't know, I'm about to put this out. How do you use the mise en place method to everyday life? For people that don't know, can you explain what mise en place means actually?
It's basically everything at its place. It's basically in the kitchen. We use that. It's a French term. So we use that in the kitchen because we need to have all our preparation done in front of us. We need to be ready. We need to be successful for service. And that's just life in general. If you really think about it, like, even what you're doing, you need to be organized. You need to be ready. You need to have, you're making a schedule for yourself. You made sure at 10 o'clock you was on this. So you're putting everything in front of you to make sure you're successful on what you're doing. So to use that in life is very important, and you have to be organized. You can't just wake up every day and just not be organized and not knowing what you're going to do. Because then you're gonna be sloppy, and there's nothing worse than a person that's waking up and lost and not know where to go in life. So you definitely got to use that term in the everyday life. So
mise en place, Jazz. Mise en place. By the way, everything in the kitchen is French.
Absolutely.
For people that don't know, everything.
French is like the mother of
the kitchen. It's
just we follow them, basically,
This might stir up a little, in the household, because I see a lot of your family members in here and everything. But who's the best cook in the family?
Oh man. Besides me? No, let me stop. I think definitely my wife. My wife, you gotta understand that my family is there. There's a bunch of cooks.
I know it is.
We throw it down. My father was one of them. My mom is one of them. But present right now is definitely my wife and my sister-in-law, Jazz.
Yo, look, your brother talk about me. You see him down there.
Oh, hold on. I can't let Chef Nick. You know what I'm saying? You all know about Nick.
Yeah, nah, Nick. Yo, listen.
Let me tell you something. Nick definitely was my right-hand man in that kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
He, And what I love about working with my brother is that I always, and you've seen this, even if he was my brother, I treated him as same as everybody else.
No, absolutely. Ask Nick. It'll be times I'm like, yo.
I yell at him in front of everybody.
I'm like, yo, why your brother talk to you like that, yo? Why your brother talking to you like that? He's like, yo, it's the job, bro. It's the job. I'm like, yo, nah. Don't tell him you can't do that, B. Word. Shout out to Nick. He was my supervisor. Word.
It was a good time. It was a good experience, man.
Nah, it definitely was, man. Definitely was. Met a lot of good people. I met you. I met Chef Jacob. Shout out to Gil. I ain't gonna name the rest of them fuckers, but you know, definitely shout out to them. Being that this is a, you know, I do have music people up here, and this is kind of I dibble into the music. Do you allow music in your kitchen?
Hell yeah. Like, I feel like music is one of the most important things in life, man. And I say that because you could go to work or you could wake up. We human. You know, you're going to wake up. Sometimes you wake up in a bad mood. Sometimes you wake up in a happy mood. You know, it's just your emotions. You could wake up in a bad mood. You could hop in your car, put that song that you like, and it could change your whole mood. Next thing you know, you're going to work. You're like, let me put the radio on, because I do play music in my kitchen. I just feel like it sets the tone for everything.
All right, because some chefs don't allow it. That's why I wanted to know.
I'm not gonna lie, I worked in kitchens where it's like a church. Like, literally, it's quiet. All you hear is crickets.
Nice. That's it. Chop.
Yeah,
chop.
I'm like, damn, why is it so quiet? Oh, the chef doesn't want us to play music. The chef doesn't want us to do anything. And I'm like, why? Like, you know, why I gotta be that way? You know, me personally, I let them play music as long as they're doing their job, and it actually brings the best out of you. You know, it gets you in a good mood. I feel like when you cook something and you're prepping something and, you know, you're making a dish, if you're in a good mood, you're putting your soul into that dish. You're putting that love in it. The food is, the guests would see it. They will feel it. Like, wow, this was with care. You know, so I just feel like I'm all for good vibes. That's it. You know, anything
because you know, I picked in the loud music, right? And then when they did allow music, you know, they put on Megan Thee Stallion, and the guests heard all the curses and everything. It got crazy, but the food was coming out fast as hell. Soon as they took the music back off, the line had 50 tickets. You know, it
was over.
You know, you lose your groove.
Yeah, you gotta understand, the restaurant business is stressful. When all those tickets come in, there's an anxiety that you can't explain. For me, I just feel like you gotta embrace that. You have to embrace that rush. It has to be immune to you. And I've seen a lot of great chefs, great cooks, that they are great, but when it hits crunch time, they fall.
Yeah, nah.
You get what I'm trying to say? They fall.
Absolutely. I seen it.
They fall hard. And I see Chef Phil. Shout out to Chef Phil. Chef Phil is...
Yo, hold on. That's crazy. Hold on. So not to get up, me and Chef Phil, Phil ended up coming to my job while I was the sous chef at. And me and Phil was kicking it. And Phil, listen, Chef Phil make the best banana pudding I ever had in my life. You hear me? Listen, we done sold out events off banana pudding alone. So one day we talking, and I'm like, yo, Phil. I'm like, yo, listen, it was the chef I was with at Ep.6, son. This nigga was mad arrogant, son. But son was dumb nice. So he like, who you talking about? He like, yo, Chef John? Yo, I work with Chef John here. Chef John there. I was supposed to come to Ep.6, but I was already here. And then it was just like we clicked, and then it was just like, boom. You know, that's my business partner and everything.
Man, yo, Chef Phil is a great guy, great chef, very knowledgeable. I worked with him for many years, and, you know, he knows how I get down. I know how he get down. You know, maybe one day us three, man, we could just hop in the kitchen and just create some special dishes one day, you know?
That definitely be a part of God's plan. Hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So, being that we talking about chefs, what's the most important skill you look for when hiring a new chef? Especially someone in position.
The most important skill, I just feel like you definitely, when you hire a chef or a cook, you gotta have knife skills, man. Knife skills would save your life in a lot of situations.
Facts.
You on the wheeze and you ran out of prep and you ain't got knife skills. I remember one time in iPick and you was across from me. I think it was Joey Potts. Remember Joey Potts?
Yo, shout out to my man Joey Potts, man. I love Joey Potts, man.
I was like, where's the onions and peppers? And I noticed his knife game wasn't really right. So I was like, move. He was like, chef, this is a lot. I was like, I'm going to bang this out in 5 minutes. Move.
Nah, you definitely, I remember that day.
It was just so many onions. It was like at least 20 pounds of it, and I was just banging them out. So I just feel like when you have great knife skills, it saves your life on a lot of things in the kitchen. You know, butchering salmon, you know, steaks, prepping, you know, vegetables. You know, it's just when you don't have that skill, it's like a military guy that don't know how to shoot. You can't go to war. If you're in the military, you don't know how to shoot.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's a good analogy.
You can't go to war. So I feel like the knife is the gun in the kitchen. If you don't know how to chop, slice and dice, julienne, you know, then there's a problem. You know, there's a problem there because you need that skill. It's just very important. And plus, you got to be careful. You could cut yourself. If you don't know how to shoot the gun right, you might shoot yourself.
Or shoot someone.
Shoot someone, yeah.
Or cut someone. Facts.
Yes, absolutely. But again, Nick, he's like Joey Potts.
Nah, Joey Potts was, yo, listen, you had the, yo, between Joey Potts and damn, what's my man name, man? Damn, I can't think of his name, Nick. Marcel. Between those two, they was classic, yo. They was classic. But they actually did work though.
Nah, they worked hard. And you know what?
Marcel used to come in with his headphones and bang out everything and bounce.
Yep. And those are guys that actually worked with me for many years. You know, they worked with me when I was a line cook. They worked with me when I was like not even on that chef road. And they just, you know, I never left them behind. I was like, yo, wherever I'm going, I'm taking you with me. So it was just that situation, you know.
Yo,
like,
speaking of taking with you, this is supposed to be like one of the last questions, but since you said that, I'm gonna jump right to that. The day you left iPick, I remember you came in the kitchen and you came and told me, you was like, yo, if I don't like how this go, I'm out and I'm taking everybody with me. And I'm like, all right. And I went and I told Marcus, I'm like, yo, John said, if he don't like how it go, everybody leaving with him. So we over there like biting our fingernails, like, let's see what happens. And I never forget, you came downstairs and you was like, yo, I'm out. And you went on the other side and you was like, yo, I'm out. And when you left, the whole kitchen literally was empty. It might have been like 2 people that you didn't bring over there, but the whole kitchen was empty. So with that being said, in the kitchen, is family, like being like close-knit, a family, a big thing? Like, do you run your kitchen family tight?
I gotta take a drink for this one.
Yeah, yeah, because the whole kitchen left. I want y'all to know this. The whole kitchen.
You know, it is family. You know, you're talking about you were a group of guys and girls that you see 10, 12 hours a day. Sometimes you see them more than who you see your own real family, you know? So it's just like, you know, you have to you build a special chemistry together. And like I said, those people that were with me, they actually followed me. And the people that actually met me in iPick, we just built that bond. And as tough as I was, I also had a big heart because I was also encouraging people. I was also helping people. I was also, you know.
You saved me from getting fired.
You know what I'm saying? I was just a helpful person, but strong at the same time. But when I left iPick, they probably had the sense of like, there's no hope here. Like if the captain's leaving, then there's no who's gonna ride the ship. So they were just like, yo, we just gonna ride with him because everywhere we go, he still holds us down no matter what. So I guess it was that kind of situation, but it's also the connection, you know, and that wasn't the first time as well. You know, that happened in Angelo's and other restaurants I worked in. Like everybody just, when I left, everybody picked up and left with me.
And I want y'all to know this is real because even when he left, his brother stayed. But the people he brought there left. But his brother actually stayed. So this is real.
It's a real story.
This is real stuff right here.
This is a real story. And to this day, I'm still in contact with everybody. You know, they text me here and there. If I don't got their number, they hit me up on the IG. You know, I always make sure how they doing, how's everything. If they need any advice, I'm here. And, you know, that's just the kind of person I am, man. I just want to see everybody do good. And if they ever need help, I'm here.
I'm not even going to lie. I remember this specific conversation we had when iPick first opened and they was giving out positions. And Nick got the supervisor position. I remember you came to me and you was like, bro, I would have gave it to you if you was just more humble.
Ooh, I remember that comment. It was you with somebody else though.
Yeah, it was me and somebody else. But you was like, yo, I was really pushing for you, but you just got to be more humble. And that shit stuck with me. I'm not gonna lie to you, that shit stuck with me. And I appreciate you for that.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Because even if we didn't see eye to eye, I remember that. Like, you really came up to me.
Down with Chef Fernando.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, yo, you wear your heart too much on your sleeve.
Yup. That's exactly what you told me.
I remember that. Yeah, I was like, you wear your heart too much on your sleeve. And, you know, sometimes people kind of take me the wrong way because, and I go through this a lot, Spills, to this day. New people that don't know me, when I hire people, I always tell my wife, when you first meet me, you can't stand me. But after that, you're going to love me. You know, because I come in a way where I'm not trying to make your life hard. I'm not trying to make you miserable in the kitchen. I'm actually trying to help you and coach you. And then I'm going to break you down, but then I'm going to pick you back up because I want you to be successful as well, because I've been in those positions before. You know, I know what it is to be a dishwasher. I know what it is to be a prep cook. I know what it is to be a line cook. I'm not a chef that came out of the culinary, you know, graduated with 10 years with this plat. You know, I came from the grind. I know what it is to run a kitchen. You know, I know what it is to be on that line with 50,000 tickets in your face. I know what it is to be on Expo. So I relate so much to everyone. And I know what it is to be that 15-year-old kid that's cleaning tables and trying to make money. So I'll be put in a position where, like, okay, let me help you. But I'm also going to tell you things that you're not going to like. And I'm not hurting you. I'm just letting you know, because in the long run, that's going to stick to your mind. It's only going to get you better in life. You know, the restaurant is a great place, man. I'm telling you right now, it's amazing. It's just, it changed my life. It changed a lot of people's life. I've seen people who were dishwashers. Now I made them into supervisors. You know, when I see stuff like that, when I see people like just, you know, progressing, it makes me happy. And that's what I'm about. I'm just about helping as much as people as I can. I just want to help as much as people as I can, because when somebody tells you, oh, you ain't going to be nothing in life, that's bullshit. Don't listen to that. You know, that person in McDonald's frying those fries, next thing you know, he'll learn the computer system, and next thing you know, he's a manager at McDonald's. It doesn't, you ain't knocking his hustle. It is what it is, you know? He could be working in McDonald's, but he could be a salary manager and making money. So, you know, you gotta work at a place, right? And if you didn't go far in school, if you didn't, you know, have somebody that bless you with money, and you gotta come up on the grind like how I did, you know, there's nothing wrong on making a career at one job, because for me, I believe every job, even if that job is Wendy's, even if that job is KFC, I believe every job has a career for someone. You move up in rank. You could be a vice president. You could be for the company. You know, you just move up, and it takes time and hard work. Yeah, it might be a little harder for us. It might be a little harder, but it pays off. And that's why I always try to give this message to the young kids, to those line cooks that be like, oh man, I'm tired of doing this shit. I want to give up. I'm done. I'm always trying to, you know, inspire them and tell them my story. I'm like, listen, I'm going to tell you how I came up. And trust me, if I could do it, you could do it too. You know, you could do it too. You just got to stick to it, learn, be a sponge, humble yourself. Take that pride shit away, because that shit don't go nowhere. There's different to this. It's right in front of you, but you don't want to accept it. That pride shit, that tough guy shit, that don't go nowhere in life. Humble yourself. Listen to the guy that. How I made it, my secret is I always listened to the person that was higher than me. I knew I was better than him, but I respect him enough to listen to him and be like, you know what? I'm going to take your skill and make it better.
You know, that's so crazy. Chef, shout out to Chef Fernando. He had told me something.
By the way, Chef Fernando was a good dude.
Yo, Chef Fernando was crazy, but he's a great dude. He told me something. He said, stop acting like the position you in and act like the position you want to be in.
100% correct.
And you'll get a lot further in life. 100%. And then he lifted up his shirt and showed all the stab wounds and all type of crazy stuff. He's like, I've been through it all.
He's been through it all. And it's a fact. You could Google him right now.
Nah, I know. Listen, his exit was way greater than yours. Oh my God, when he left iPick, he put on the show. Came in with the all blue Yankee hat on and all that.
I thought he was like about to scrap.
Yeah, so definitely that's definitely true. Is there one person that you ever fired that you feel bad that you fired?
You know, I remember one person in iPick, actually. I always remember this story. And there was this kid, I can't remember his name. Good kid, good work ethic. And it was a training time. There was what's his name? That skinny chef that came. He was bald headed. Again, like what's his name? Casey?
Casey.
Yeah, Casey was like, yo, you got, once again, you know, I'm a sous chef at the time.
Yeah.
So I got to do what I got to do. You know, sometimes these higher ups, they put you in positions where, you know, to see if you could do it. You know, so he wasn't good on the line. So he was like, yo, we got to let that guy go. Because, you know, after 3 months, it's hard to let somebody go. That's how the business works. You get 90-day probation.
Yeah.
Those 90 days, you're being watched.
Yeah.
After those 90 days, we got to do write-ups now.
Yeah.
You know, we got to do like 4 or 3 write-ups. We have to have evidence why we fire you. So the reason why I felt it bad letting that kid go was because I saw a lot of him in me. But I'm going to tell you something. Yes, Nick, Casey was trash. You're right. But I'm going to tell you something.
Casey was trash. That was Marcus Mann.
Niggas right.
That was Marcus Mann.
Trash. That dude was trash. But I'm going to tell you something right now. I was so real, and I understand that he wanted to, the kid that I let go wanted to learn how to be a cook, that I called somebody. You know, I'm very well connected. I called somebody who was just opening up a restaurant. I was like, listen, I got a kid that has potential.
I think I remember that.
I have a kid. So I was like, I'm firing the kid, but I'm also giving him a job after I'm firing him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, listen, I have a kid. He's very green, but he has potential and he's going to do good. To this day, that kid still works there.
Shout out.
You get what I'm trying to say? So
shout out to him.
You just got to give chances. It was just one of those chances that I was new to. I just started in iPick. I just got hired. It's when we open. And, you know, they were just like, okay, let me see what Chef John is about. All right, let that kid go right now. And I was like, damn, just give him a chance. He was like, nah, Chef, you gotta let him go. We gotta make a point. And this is behind the scenes. This is what happens.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know, I tell people too, because I open up like 8 restaurants in Yonkers. Shout out to YO. You know,
Shout out to you.
I open up like 8 restaurants in Yonkers, and I always tell people, and Nick knows, he hears this, guys, I'm letting you know, this is like football, tryouts. This is tryouts right now. If your name ain't on the list the next day, you ain't working here. This is how it is when a restaurant opens. You know the restaurants, they hire mad people.
Yeah.
They're supposed to have like at least 15 people in the kitchen. They hire like 40.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what time is it?
Yo, I think every day it was like Fear Factor or something. Hey, like where he go? Where he go?
Gone.
Next
day, somebody gone. I must have fired like 100 people, man. More over, like just letting people go, and you know, and it's dangerous because I've been in situations where people wanted to fight me. You know, like this is part of the business where I've been in situations.
Listen, I was a part of one of those situations with you.
Yes, you was.
We're not gonna talk about that, but yeah, that was. Yeah.
He hates me to this day. You ain't gotta bring it up. You know, so it's a dangerous game, but who I am now, you know, and this being a chef in this business, as you get older, you kind of learn how to, you know, be a little more smart, you know, about the situation, you know, how to run your kitchen a little better. So
who you let in,
who you know, who you gotta trust. In the kitchen, you gotta trust people, you know, because these are people that you're gonna work with every day. I don't know for how long. It could be like 2 days, a week, it could be a year, it could be 5 years. But at the same time, you might not trust them outside of work. That's okay. But when you're in that building, everybody's just together. We're only there to do one job, and that's to take out that food in the kitchen.
No funny. Marcus definitely did some. You know he worked there the whole time till they closed, yeah. Who would have thought that?
He said, "I survived, I pick."
Now he did though. He literally did though.
He did. I ain't gonna lie. Then he stood there till it closed.
He was there till he got a check from them.
He got a check?
He got a check from them for when they closed.
Shout out to Mark.
Yo, shout out to Marcus. Mark. Hold on. No, let's shout out Marcus too, because Marcus and Phil had a cook-off too. And Marcus beat Phil.
Nah, I don't believe that. Marcus
Phil gonna hate me for that, but Marcus did
Marcus, win. I don't believe that.
Now I got the pictures of those too. I'm gonna show you. They did omelet, they did steak and eggs.
Ooh, I love steak and eggs. I would have loved to have been there.
Yeah, that was a dope cook-off. So I know it was one question you said you wanted to touch on. And I feel like, you know, we got like 10 minutes left, so this is the best time to touch on it. How the kitchen really don't care about your background or where you came from or what you was a part of life, as long as you there to do your job and opportunities you done gave people that came home from prison and stuff like that. So can you just elaborate on that to close out the show?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, what I love about the kitchen is that it doesn't matter where you from, you know, how you speak, you know, any situation, where you grew up at. It's just that nobody's judgmental in the kitchen. We all go in there. You know, it's funny because it could be the hardest person and then it could be the nerdiest person, and we just all like vibing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I love about the kitchen. Like we just all vibing. Like we all like treat each other equal, and it's just all love. But you know, especially in iPick, the best people I met are the people who came to me, and with they probation officers actually too called me and everything, make sure they were working. you know, sometimes there are managers in this business that don't give people second chances, you know, or even a third chance. And I feel that everybody deserves a second chance in life, just to, you know, prove themselves that there's a better side in them. So, and I pick, you know, I gave a lot of people, not just I pick, other places that I work at too. You know, I see they come to me with this form, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, you know, I'm just letting you know I'm in probation. I just need a job. I'm trying to, you know, better myself in life, but I never worked in the kitchen. Now, when you say that to a chef, like, like the first thing is like,
Dishwasher.
I'll call you, you know. But for me, like, I'm so involved, and, you know, like I said, you know, I come from that. I come from that. You know, I come from that, from the streets. You know, that's where I come from. But I changed and I bettered myself. So I want to hear. I get into it. I want to hear your story. Okay, why? You know, why you want to change and what puts you in that position, you in probation. And then when I hear their story, I'm like, listen, I'm gonna give you a chance. I might not start you off as a line cook. I might not start you off as a prep cook. I might be like, okay, this might work for you. Let's start you off as a dishwasher, see if you like it, like this atmosphere, you know. And sometimes I start them on as a line cook, and they become my best cooks. You know, you got to give people opportunities because, you know, sometimes they just out to prove something, and not just prove something to the chef. They just out to prove something to their, you never know, to their wife, to their mothers, people back home.
Or even to themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, or even to themselves. So when I was growing up, when I was coming up in the restaurant, when I was a line cook, I used to see all the time, like, chefs used to be like, yeah, come back. Chefs talk shit all day.
All day.
Because they be like, yeah, I didn't hire him. I ain't got to hire no convict. I ain't got to do none of that. And I used to be like, damn, you don't know if I could have been your best, you know, your best cook, your best worker. You know, just because he made a mistake in the past, that doesn't mean that, you know, that's going to happen again, you know? So, you know, some people say it's risky, but I say that if I could change that person for him to become better, then you know what? That person is always going to remember me for life. And I feel like in this life is legacy. You have to be remembered of something. And I'm here to put my mark. I'm not here to put my mark to be famous. I'm here to put my mark to put my mark with people. You know, Chef John did this. Chef John helped me with this. And that right there moves me more than anything, because I want to help people. I want to make sure they remember me. I want to make sure that, oh, Chef John taught me how to cook. And it's not bragging rights. It's just me being a helpful person. So when I give people those chances, and I'm not going to tell you, I'm going to be 100 with you. Sometimes it don't work out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It don't work out. But I know I felt it good because I gave him a try. You know, I gave him a try. I remember one time at iPick, I hired one of the cooks that were on probation, and he saw how I was. You know how I am. When I used to be in iPick on the line, you used to hear me from across from the other kitchen.
Yeah, from the other kitchen. Yeah. You know?
Oh yeah, the guy saw how I was, and he just. I turned the other way to get something. When I turned back, the man also was smoke. The man, I was like, yo, where's the fry cook? Yeah. I was like, yo, he jumped out. He jumped off the fence. He's gone.
He's 86.
You know, because I'm not going to be, just because, you know, all right, for example, when I was used to work in an Italian restaurant, I hired somebody that, again, that had a past. You know, he's been locked up, all these situations. And I remember me coming in and he didn't do a job that I told him to do to benefit the kitchen. And I got upset and I was riffing on him. And my sous chef, the junior sous chef, was like, yo, chef, chill, man. This guy, you know, he has a knife on him. He has a pocket. So be careful. And me, I'm like, nah, you don't understand. I looked at him. I looked at the junior. I was like, you don't understand. this is where I'm from. I'm actually in my comfort zone. Damn, this is where I'm from. I'm dealing with him, and this is how he's gonna learn. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And and then he didn't know that my brother was the prep cook. So I would step out. Nick knows.
Oh, he would talk shit to Nick.
Yeah, he'll talk shit to Nick about me. And my brother's so 100 that my brother never said, yo, the chef is my brother. Never. My brother was just always like, yo.
Nah, Nick never. That's one thing I can say. Nick never ran with that. He never ran with that.
And the funny thing is, no one, even though we looked alike, and they said we did, I never had special treatment for my brother. I gave him hard. I gave him hard skin too.
Nah, a couple times you came in there and yelled at him.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, he don't even work for the city first, man. Why he over here?
But the guy right now who I yelled at, and he's doing well. So, when I hear these stories and people doing well and people learning from my experience, and there are people who I train who are doing better than me, I'm just happy. I'm like, yo, this is amazing. Like, I just marked someone for life. And I feel like that's more important than trying to, be known, where you could be known for so many, let's say 1 million people know you, but about 10 people care about you. I'd rather mark people. I'd rather make a difference in people's life. I'd rather make a difference with 10 people's life than have 100 people who don't care about me. And I think that's what this culinary, this chef, this whole industry is about. It's just helping others to continue to succeed, man. Because a lot of people in this business don't really have much going for themselves, and they have low self-esteem. And they need a mentor to help them and carry them. And next thing you know, they're running the restaurant and they're making great money. And next thing you know, their life is changing. They're changing. And it's all because of a restaurant.
Yeah, no funny shit. Shout out to Chef Gil. Chef Gil was definitely my mentor through the whole Outpick experience and taught me a lot. And that man is definitely super talented. He's running a restaurant up in CT. So where are you at now? Where do people can find you?
Nowhere.
That's good.
Nah. You know what it is? I'm not in the restaurant business anymore. I'm actually a corporate dining.
Okay.
Yeah, so I basically cook for people that own buildings, Wall Street people, bankers. I'm just like a private chef.
Oh, you getting money now? That's what you saying. In other words, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have the right amount of money to get you on the table. Okay, I see what you're saying.
I've definitely worked for a company. Obviously, I can't bring up the name because
we don't want to do all that. I'm
a contract chef now, so it's just, but it's been good to me. I came to this side of the world because I have the opportunity now to have weekends off, holidays off with pay. All my life, I've been working in restaurants and
tell them how many days you get off in a restaurant.
Oh, man, it's scary. It's scary, man. You're lucky if you have 2 days.
Yeah.
You're lucky.
Basically. And restaurants stay open what? Damn near 365. Yeah.
But you gotta go through the you gotta pay your dues. You gotta go through that. You gotta understand that. And maybe one day I might go back to the restaurant business if the contract is right and they want me to run a place, or when I get my own place, I'll go back, and that's my choice. That's something I want to do. But right now, I'm chilling. I'm happy. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed to have this interview with you. And I'm just enjoying life right now. I've been through too much in my life. I experienced so much, and this restaurant is a love and hate. It's like you hate it so much, but you love it more. And it's just a weird feeling, but that's why we keep coming, because we keep coming back to it, because you never stop learning in this business. As much as you think you know, you don't know.
Absolutely.
There's just the food industry will keep you coming and guessing for more. You know, so
Absolutely.
you know, that's what I love about this business, and I love what I do because it's never boring. It's just, you just keep learning. It's a process that does never end. And that's what my mentors told me when I was young. And now that I'm getting older and getting deep into the business, I'm starting to realize that it's a fact. You never stop learning. You just keep going, and you know, you explore more things.
Well, listen, man, I wanna say thank you so much for taking the time out and kicking it with me on this good Saturday. Um, Great answers. I was super excited about this interview because I'm like, this is my first interview. I'm gonna actually have a chef. I'm gonna talk about all food, just the food industry, and I'm just so grateful and thankful. You know, we definitely gonna link. You know, sit down, maybe cook something together one day.
I'm gonna have a glass of wine, or you know,
Yeah, whatever you want to do, man. Listen,
just,
you the GOAT. I'm following you, man.
just,
I gotta come around you because I gotta find Nick recipe book. He's still hiding the black book.
nah, it's dusted. It's there. It's dusted, but it's there.
I don't do Nick even cook anymore. Last time I heard, he told me he was in the warehouse. He done got every Batman tattoo. I don't know what's going on with Nick no more, man.
Nick is entrepreneur right now. He's doing everything.
That's a beautiful thing. I see him traveling, enjoying life. So thank you again. Shout outs to you and your whole family. And we definitely gonna chop it up. I salute you. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
Thank you, brother.
And have a blessed Sunday.
Had an amazing time, man. This was great.
Thank you. It was definitely great. Yep.
Peace.